No worries.
I think we're live now. Hello, soul family. Welcome to God Conscious 1111 Tarot and Angel Readings. This is a special live stream. We are not doing readings in this live stream. I want you guys to welcome our guest, Melanie. So I'm just going to wait a minute for a few people to hop on to this live stream. It is a different live stream today. So welcome, everybody. I just want to remind the viewers that we're not doing any readings on this live stream today, but we are going to do a little bit of learning with my friend Melanie, who started out, I believe, as a viewer just like you guys and has built a following and a her path and her passion. So just give me a minute to share out the live. If you are new here and just joining us, I want to welcome you to this special edition of God Conscious 1111 Tarot and Angel Readings, where I wanted to get in the habit, and I'm going to get into the habit of introducing some new light workers, their path, their projects, and what it is they're here to do on in this lifetime on this planet. So welcome. Hello, Beth Taylor. If you are here, let us know that you are here. Say hello to myself and to Miss Melanie, who has a love for the land. I'm pretty excited about this live stream today. Don't forget to share. Sharing is caring. Sharing out with your favorite people, with your favorite groups. That's going to help us help Melanie get her message out to the world. That's what I would like to do today, is help Melanie get her message out to the world. We're going to learn a little bit about her techniques, her practices, and how she got on her path. As we go ahead and share the live stream, let's get some new people on the group. Hello, Deborah. Hello, Good Angel. Hello, Melody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Sharing is caring. Share out the live stream. I'm going to go ahead and share as well because I'm excited about today's live stream. Sharing to my story. And I'm going to share it to a group, because this is not no readings today. Today is all about learning. So give a little love to Miss Melanie. I'm going to have her introduce herself now, and talk about her path and her mission. So welcome, Miss Melanie.
Thank you so much, Pamela. What an honor to be here with you today. And thank you so much for, the chance to connect with the community and all your beautiful guidance along the way. And really happy to be here to share today.
Awesome. So let's just get started. Let's get to the meat and potatoes of what it is that you're here to do, and the meditation practices. I think we all could learn something new about meditation. So what are your basic meditation practices? And then, if you don't mind, how did you get started on the path that you are on and what it is that you do?
Yeah, sure. Happy to share. So I have been really interested in spirituality and meditation and nature practices really my whole life. I was a little girl that was outside in the forest all the time and really connecting to the earth and to the forest and trees. But I would say that I kind of grew up in a location and with a family that really didn't, nurture that interest in spirituality. And so I kind of always kept my pulse on that. But as I was in school and continued to grow, I got a little bit disconnected from nature and from the practices. But when I was in college, when I was in university, my mom died, and very suddenly she transitioned. And it really brought out a lot of anxiety and stress and grief. And I began looking for tools to help work with that and deal with that. And so I started really diving into meditation and yoga and tried lots of different styles. There's hundreds of kinds of ways to meditate. But what really stuck for me was mindfulness meditation. And when I found that path, it really helped me to be able to work with those emotions in my body and work with my mind. And it just continued from there. I did teacher trainings and dove into deep retreat practice. And through all of really learning how to work with my mind and becoming more embodied and connecting to my emotional life, I was really able to hear my intuition and my heart pulling me back out to nature and to the land.
I
And so
love that.
yeah, I consider myself an earth protector. And I feel that really resonates with me, that I'm here to help protect the earth from what's happening to it. And a part of that is helping people to remember their connection with the land.
So I love that. So how could we, as a community, as light workers, as healers and intuitives, how can we also, you're getting, oh, wow, that's amazing, Melanie, from Miss Sarah. Thank you, Sarah.
Yeah.
Hello, Janet. I'm just going to do a quick hello to a few people. Hopefully I'm not freezing. I do see that some of you are saying that it's freezing. I don't know if it's freezing as in temperature, because I am quite cold in Florida. It's in the 40s today, so I have my cold gear on. But how could we, as light workers, connect more fully to Earth? Tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. I have many different practices that are now a part of my daily routine. I'll start with one that's easy for everyone to do. And it is a practice that was given and shared to me by a woman named Jyoti. And she is one of the co-founders of the Center for Sacred Studies in California. And this particular practice is about devotion and reverence and respect for the land. And it's suggested that in the morning, when you wake up, one of the first things that you do is get a glass of water and to step outside. So no matter what the temperature is, it can be really cold. That's a
Oh,
part of
just make sure you
nature.
have good slippers on.
That's natural. Yeah, put on your robe and your hat, and to step outside and to really connect with the land right away and with nature right away, and to, with that glass of water, pour the water onto the earth as a way of giving something to the earth, as a way of showing your respect and giving thanks. And then drink the water yourself, second, showing that reverence and respect for Mother Earth. And then to actually say out loud what you're thankful for and what you're grateful for, to start the day in a place of connection to your natural self and to the land, and starting the day off in that place of gratitude. And so I know a lot of people have gratitude and appreciation practices, but I find with working with people, there's a little bit of this hesitation, or people don't actually say it out loud. And saying it out loud helps to get in contact with our ancestors and our angels. And it's a great practice to kind of break down that just silent gratitude into verbally saying it out loud. And you can do this with a partner. You can bring your kids to be a part of it, just saying one
I
thing
love that.
and then going back inside and making your breakfast.
So let's start that now. If you don't mind, in the comments section, tell us what you're grateful for today. Tell us what it is that makes your heart sing, and what you're doing to move forward with it. So the connection with Earth, I love that. We could start that even now. Take a glass of water, go outside, thank Mother Earth for the blessings of the air, of the wind, of the weather. Because all of it serves a purpose. Maybe it's the rain or the snow. I heard a nor'easter. Skylar came in to share with me a nor'easter was hitting our old area. But what is it that you're grateful for? I am grateful for my overall health. As many of our viewers know, I went for a very strong procedure. It's not a procedure, it's really a protocol yesterday. So I am feeling great today. I'll be back later with live streaming readings. But I'm just grateful for my health overall. I'm grateful for my daughter's presence with me over the past year. She's been with me officially a year. And I am just grateful for the opportunity to share my life and other people's lives on live streams. I love this connection, and I love using it for the power of good. So that's part of my gratitude list every day. So we have Good Angel is grateful for the gift of life today. Thank you for sharing that. That's a blessing. We get to live. We get to be in service. We get to love. We get to share our lives here together. What are you grateful for today, Miss Melanie?
I am feeling very grateful for health as well. I've recently found some answers and been guided to the right people to help me with some things that have been going on with my body for the last 3 years. And I am just eternally
Oh,
grateful for some answers and a path, and
yeah,
just really grateful for the ability to share this work, and to the land for being a resource to really support and provide healing and stability with all the instability going on in the world right now.
I love that. We have another viewer, Miss Sarah, who said, I am grateful for the soul family. I'm also grateful for her health and being very blessed. Thank you for sharing that. Renee has a job interview, so we're going to send her love and gratitude and appreciation that that this is in alignment with her soul purpose and her path. So not just about getting the job, but that it's in alignment with what she is intended to do. So, so what other ways do you bring Mother Earth into your meditation practices?
Yeah. Well, one way, another practice that's a little more of an active practice that I love to recommend for people is to find a path that you like to walk and do it at the same time every day over a period of time. And so that might be in the morning, that might be in the evening at sunset, but make a commitment to really be present, not have your phone out taking pictures, as enticing as that is with the beauty of the earth, putting it away, turning the phone off, and following a path and doing that every day, and starting out maybe doing it a week, and then maybe a couple weeks, and maybe even a month. And to really feel your body touching the ground, feeling your feet making contact with the earth, checking in with what you're smelling, checking in with the temperature, feeling into hearing and noticing the sounds in the environment. And walking that path every day over a period of time helps you to really see the secrets and the lessons that the land wants to teach you. Because what I've found in my own experience is when we really stay present in our body and all the senses, we get to know the land in a different way and start to feel really connected to it instead of separate from it. Because even when we're taking a picture of it, there's still kind of this like separateness. But when we
Yeah.
feel into our senses, and feel the cold, feel the breeze on our face, smell this maybe smoke in the air from a fire or flowers. It really pulls us into the present moment, which is mindfulness, paying attention through the senses.
Absolutely. So let me ask you, what got you started on this path anyway? Like what, I mean, you talked a little bit about, the sadness of losing your mother. We're so sorry for your loss at such a young and tender age.
Thank you.
So what really got you like motivated and really like, was it that or was it something else?
Yeah. When I started to practice meditation, I was shocked at the busyness of my mind. I was shocked at how much planning I did and how much replaying of stories I did. And I was quite shocked at how disembodied I was. I remember being in a mindfulness class and they were saying, feel, emotions in the body. And I felt nothing. I mean, I had no idea what that teacher was talking about. And as frustrating as that was, it also really called my curiosity. And I was like, well, what's going on here? Why don't I feel? And so it really became this exploration and study of myself. And when I started to, know that my thoughts don't control me and I'm not my thoughts, and started to allow myself to feel in the body, I started to heal. And I started to release trauma and release suppressed emotions. And that allowed me just a freeness of life that I hadn't experienced in years. Just a lightness of heart, a connection to people that I hadn't experienced because I was so stuck in my head. And it really just brought a lot of love and growth and depth back into my life again.
I love that. I love that. I think we all have like this pivotal moment that got us to our path. So with that, what is it? How do you use that, and what do you do, and how do you work with people? How can we get more connected with you? What is it that you? How are you using those bumps in the road as your blessing to move forward?
I really like to encourage people that when there's bumps in the roads or challenges or difficulties, to reframe that as a study, to really take that opportunity to study yourself and to study your interactions with the world and to learn more about how you can grow from it. And a part of that is paying attention, right? And so what I teach and what I guide people in are really kind of two areas. One being mindfulness, so learning how to pay attention to the breath, pay attention and stay inside the body, to really notice things that are pleasant and unpleasant, to feel emotions, to release their thoughts, to really stay in the present moment. And that mindfulness type of practice is then kind of the base for helping to connect more to nature. Because you can be out in nature and not paying attention, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so you can be walking around the block replaying that in email from your boss in your mind,
Yeah.
completely missing the sensory information of the flowers and the breeze. So that paying attention piece is important. And then once people kind of build up their mindfulness and their attention, starting to really orient to what the earth can teach us through the senses. And so I guide people individually and in small groups on how to notice the smells and the texture and the light, and how the land teaches us lessons like everything changes, and how to not take things personally, how cycles are very natural. And we forget this in our society and culture. And so once we have those skills of paying attention, being able to pay attention to what land and earth can teach us builds on top of that.
I love that because I do share a lot in the live streams about my path and my purpose, and everybody knows Pam loves the beach. And what I love about the beach and the personality of the ocean is that it has, in fact, a personality, and I am connected to that personality. And there was one particular experience that I had after Sally, Hurricane Sally, in our area. The anger and the rage is what it felt like to many of us who maybe lost power or lost, roofing, or lost something as a result of the storms and all of the after effects of it. But what I also noticed is people, I took a walk on the beach directly following that. And what I noticed is that everybody just went to work to put things back. There was no anger, there was no resentment. There was just, okay, now she's gone. Let's put everything back to where it was. I don't know how it came to that, but in that observation, it was kind of like, we're not mad at the storm. The
Yeah.
storm had to blow through here, create havoc, and then everybody went back and restored things. And sometimes when we go to restore things, we restore them in a better way, with a
Yeah.
firmer foundation, maybe with stronger, digging deeper into
Yeah.
the earth with the pilings and those kinds of things. And I thought, wow, look, Mother Nature just presented us with this big, huge fury, and we're not really that upset. And now the ocean is very peaceful. Everything that had to get stirred up from the bottom is now coming out, and that's kind of like how we are
Yeah.
as we're navigating through life. And so I love the that connection, that it's okay. You're going to have a storm in life. It's okay to lash out. We have to go back and clean that up, but
Mhm.
we also want to give permission to go through those experiences and not be so harmful in our thinking about, I just had a storm and I didn't do it so well. Okay, what did you learn? So that's kind of a lot of what I'm hearing in what you're saying. And I love that you have such a blessing and a peacefulness about you, and that you get to connect to a whole different group of people. And I believe God works with us and puts us together so that we can be stronger to go back out into the world. So I just want to thank you for your part in this. And you out there and that are viewing us may not be aware of how connected you are to Earth. And when you take a look at the ebbs and flows in your life, take a look at Mother Nature and the storms that blow through, like the nor'easter that's going through the Northeast. And she's kind of sending this cold freeze upon everything. But when that's gone, there's going to be new growth. And that growth in the Northeast, especially, will not, or in the Midwest, will not show up until the springtime.
Mhm.
So be patient is also part of what I'm hearing from you.
Thank you for sharing that beautiful story. There's so much richness in that and beautiful insight in that. And it also points to the fact that like fury and upheaval is very natural. It's a part of life that's natural. And I think we live in a culture where we sometimes that's rejected or that
Yes.
is not explored or allowed. And I think when we're paying attention and paying attention to the lessons of nature, we can really see, yeah, fury is natural. And this is
Yeah.
what happens. It's an upheaval and reformation is essential to create stronger future. And so it helps to kind of reframe our relationship with what our traditional maybe looked at as a bad or disaster, right? That word, okay, well, how is this actually natural and a part of what happens in our world, right? And
Yeah.
I think nature can teach us so many things, like this nor'easter and the snow. It's like, okay, it's an invitation for stillness and a reminder that how much growth can happen, even though it doesn't look like anything's happening, right?
Yeah.
It's underground for a long time. And this type of practice helps us to remember, we already know this, but it helps us to remember this because we forget that we're actually made up of the elements of nature, like the water that from the snow from the mountains is the water in our blood,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The minerals in rocks are the minerals in our bones. And
Yeah.
this type of practice helps us to pull down that wall of separation by remembering those things.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely. So how is it that you know that you're connected? How do you know when you're connected? I mean, do you want to share one of your meditations with us? Something that we can do together?
Yeah, sure. Um, I think I know I'm connected to earth and to nature whenever I am not in my busy thinking mind and I'm down in my body, in my heart. And so I would, yeah, be happy to guide us in a practice if you're willing. How long would you like it to?
Just let's do a 5 minute one because we are already we've gone through 20 minutes.
Okay.
It blew by. I hope this was helpful for everybody here today. I love that we get to do this together. And I would encourage you, before we go into that, let's just give the viewers some access to you. I
Sure.
posted in the page, but Melanie has an Instagram. And she also, I believe, coaches and runs group, as she said earlier. So,
Mhm.
would you share with us your Facebook page and your Instagram and anything else you want us to know? As we close out this year, we're going to view that what we went through this year was just a storm in life, and that it doesn't matter when that clock ticks over on January 1st, we will have already started what we want to see for 2021. So we don't have to wait until the clock ticks over. We can start saying that my next day is going to be fantastic, and I'm going to either put in this new practice every morning of putting water into the earth and connecting to earth that way. But let's start now with what we want to see moving forward, and we're going to start now with Melanie's meditation. Um, and the simple practices that she's giving us to help us on the path. I like that we have another voice or another perspective to help us. So, hopefully, you guys will enjoy this. I know I'm going to enjoy it. So, you go ahead and take over now, Mel.
Thank you. Yeah, and if you want to stay connected through my Facebook page is Love for the Land. It's a community I'm trying to develop to bring together people who are interested in mindfulness and nature practices and regenerative practices for the earth. And the Instagram is also Love for the Land, and that's with a love for the land, the number 4. And the easiest way to get in touch about coaching and mentoring one-on-one or group classes is through my website, melaniepensack.com. All of the information is laid out there, my experiences, my schedule, and detailed information on the work that I do.
I love
So
it.
thank
I
you.
love it. And thank you for joining me today. This is such a blessing and such an honor to be able to be a part of your life. Thank you for allowing me to be, one of the people that were on the path with you. That's a blessing and an honor. And to see you thriving and growing and evolving is such an honor. So thank you.
Thank you.
You are
And
welcome.
I think we'll close today with a practice that's a stability practice, a grounding practice, and it really is going to call in the qualities of rock and stone to
Oh,
help
yeah.
us to feel grounded. I love rocks and stones. I'm very much in love with trees, but rock, stone, stability, strength, the steadiness really speaks to me, particularly during this time. So I think we'll do a quick practice with that before we wrap up for today.
Awesome. Thank you.
Great. So, just
Incredible.
allow yourself to get into a nourishing, comfortable, supportive position for your body, and allow yourself to make any final adjustments or movements that feel good, and then inviting in the quality of stillness. And in this practice, we'll embody the qualities of stone and rock to help us feel grounded, steady. And so, beginning by feeling into where your feet are making contact with the earth, maybe feeling the toes and the four corners of the feet, and reflecting on the fact there are thousands of miles of rock underneath you, supporting you. Even when it feels unsteady, oh, we can remember there is steadiness, rock, earth, helping to keep us up. And noticing your breath, the air element just naturally flowing through your body. And this element connects us to the trees. We breathe their oxygen, give them carbon, and we're going to feel and sense into our own capacity, our stability inside of us. We have this heaviness, density, steadiness that rock has inside of us with our bones, made up of the same minerals. So, beginning at the top of your head, really feeling into the skull, teeth, and jaw, the heaviness of your head on your neck, and sensing and feeling into the shoulders, the shoulder girdle, and the bones of the arms and the hands. There's a heaviness, steadiness within us. And feeling into the spine, just noticing this incredible spine and bones that support our whole body. Starting at the top and working your way all the way down, feeling into the pelvis, heavy weight of your body seated against maybe your sofa or the chair. Feeling into the hardness of muscles and bones of legs, your kneecaps down to your feet. And anytime you're feeling unsteady, not grounded, remembering you have that quality within you. It's like rock weathers all storms, stands steady, watching whatever happens around it. We too have this within us, this earth element. So that's just a very quick, brief exploration of our bones and steadiness, but it can help us to be really more stable during
Well,
this time.
and I was guided to pick up one of my celestial quartz. Quartz is also part of rock and stone, and so for those of you that hopefully have some crystals in your collection, you can meditate with them. I just did it in the palm of my hand. This happens to be a very powerful stone, so it's
Mm.
really grounding. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
spending time with us today. If
Beautiful.
you guys get a chance, please remember to share this live stream out. This is a little different live stream than the normal ones that you are used to. But I want to showcase you guys and let you know that you are loved and that you have a message that is uniquely inspired for whomever it is that God and the angels see fit to place on the path with you. So, Miss Melanie, thank you for being on this path with me.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, everybody who joined us today. Do you have any final words for us?
Just sending everybody healthy and restful, peaceful holiday season. Be well.
Awesome. Thank you, Miss Melanie.
Thank
Happy
you.
holidays
Much
to you
love.
guys, to you as well. Guys, I will see you later on with a live stream with some readings to get connected to see what you need to know with the weekend coming forward. But in the meantime, be blessed. We will see you guys very soon.
Much
Peace.
love. Bye.